Hello YouTube. This week I've got the keys to a 2017 Hyundai Elantra Sport. Let's take a look. So this is the 2017 Hyundai Elantra Sport Edition. It's got a 1.6 liter turbo engine. As you can see here on the front, it says turbo down there. It is 200 horsepower, 201 horsepower, 160, I think, or 190 pound-feet of torque. Sorry, kind of forgot. Anyways, it's a pretty quick car, compact sedan, same category as a Civic or a Cruze or a Corolla. Hyundai's got this new structure they're talking about, which is a very stiff structure. It's funny because I drove the 2018 as well just last week, and I think the 2018 is quite a bit better, but that was the hatch. So this one's a little bit different. This one is the sedan. It's loaded with features. Not all the features, but a few features. It's got leather seats in it, and it's got a big navigation screen in that, and I'll show that in a second. It's not super sporty. They say, they call it the sport model. It looks sporty. It looks like it has a rear diffuser. If you look at that, looks kind of neat. Out in the back here, so it does have a backup camera, and this is your trunk. It's a pretty sizable trunk. I forgot to mention the price, $24,000. I believe it's $24,999 for this one. This is manual transmission, and there is another model up which adds a few more features for a couple $1,000 more. And so there's not much in the trunk that I can show you. 60/40 split seats, and there's a pull knob here. Pull those down, and then you have to go around and kind of push them. Or you could, if you've got a long item you're putting in, you can push them down. And it does have a handle here to pull down, which a lot of cars in this class actually don't have. So this is kind of nice. So now I've pulled those, and you can see we flip down the seats here, and it's got an armrest in the middle with some cup holders. You can flip that down, and it is not flat folding floor. There's quite a bit. It's like 5 or 6 inch drop here for that, but they are light and easy to operate, and the seats do look nice. They're perforated leather. It's got some red stitching in it. Hop on the inside. There is a ton of legroom. It's really actually kind of impressive how much legroom there is. This seat is adjusted for my driving position, and this seat here is quite a bit further back. And if I move, I can easily slide over here, and there's still tons of room back here. So, and it's not even a sculpted seat, so they've done a good job on legroom. There's a sunroof in this, and it's probably easier to show you this from here. Sunglasses holder down here, and this is your view of the cockpit. As you can see down at the bottom here, sporty pedals, aluminum pedals, as well as a large aluminum dead pedal. And as I mentioned, manual transmission, 6-speed manual, and there's a manual parking brake as well. And we'll go around the front and take a closer look at the front. Alright, so up front, you're greeted with a good sized screen here, which actually shows you really nice backup camera. A really bright, nice backup camera, and of course those lines move with the steering wheel. One thing missing that you get in the next model up is a climate control. So this one's completely manual. No automatic climate control, which is kind of annoying, especially at this price range. They've kind of eliminated that, but the 2018s had the climate control, and I believe it's going to be less money. So
In here, so you do have heated seats with 3 positions and a heated steering wheel, so that is nice to have. Couple cup holders, and this armrest does move back and forth for for your elbow. And you've got a USB connection in here and some junk. Underneath this cover here, you've got a couple of 12-volt plugs, more USB and auxiliaries. So this does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It does not have navigation. Sorry, I mentioned that when I was walking around the car. When I meant navigation screen, I just kind of meant the big screen, the infotainment screen, I should have said. So it does have a button for display off, setup. There's not too much in here. You have, because it doesn't have the nav, you've got, your Bluetooth for your phone, Android Auto, and you've got some apps, and you've got XM satellite radio. So go to radio. It's pretty basic as far as infotainment systems go, but it's pretty responsive. It works, it's pretty quick. I don't have a phone, so that's not going to be quick. Go to apps, see, it kind of comes up pretty quick, and then voice commands. It's about average, I guess, at this point in time. In the middle here, you've got your speedometer and your tachometer, temperature gauge, fuel gauge, kind of basic information. There is a little screen in the middle. You can have digital speed. You can also have your range and fuel economy in there, and there's a few other settings. You can also see, if you hit this button, you can see your radio and your settings in here for lights and convenience features and driving assist. So go into there. So there's, you can have a rear cross traffic alert when you're backing up. That I find super useful in parking lots. Anyway, really, if you're backing up and there's a car coming from either side, it beeps at you. It also does have blind spot detection, and there's a setting for that is here. So there's a button here. Turn that off. Your blind spot detection will no longer work. But leave that on. And on the left here, you also have the traction control on and off. Also, on the steering wheel, you got cruise control and your volume control and modes for your stereo and your phone call buttons. It does have automatic headlights on the stock here and intermittent wipers on the other side. So it's pretty basic. You're looking at 25,000 Canadian for this one. The one thing I find, as I mentioned, I drove the 2018 last week. 2018 I found had a kind of a nicer interior. This is a lot harder plastics in comparison to that 2018, and the car seems a little bit noisier than the 2018 did. The 2018 was pretty quiet. You also have these nice sill plates here, which say Elantra on them. They're pretty nice looking, kind of funky design there. So let's take it for a drive and see what it's like. So it is pretty peppy, of course, with the 200 horsepower and the turbo, and it does go pretty good. I forgot to mention, as I kind of went through it does have that flat bottom steering wheel. Excuse me, with red accents. It's a pretty nice steering wheel, leather wrapped. Feels really nice in your hands, and it's a good circumference diameter. It's not too big or too small, and it allows you to really kind of throw the car around. It feels good driving around. The suspension is not too taut, and it's not floaty or anything like that. It's kind of average. Everything about this car, I guess, is kind of right in the ballpark for a compact sedan, kind of what you're looking for, or what most people are looking for. The 200 horsepower engine is nice, and I guess the biggest part about that 200 horsepower engine is the fuel economy. So I've been averaging 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers, and I drove the 2-liter non-turbocharged in the 2018, and I averaged, I think it was 7.3 around there. So this one's actually got more power and better fuel economy, as long as you're not honking on it all the time. Obviously, as soon as you're using the power band, you're going to be using more fuel. But this one's I've been doing pretty good in that regard. A lot of highway driving as per usual for me. The shifter is a little bit sloppy, I find. It's not really, I don't know, the shifter clutch combination, I guess it is, that it feels a little bit, it doesn't engage quickly, so it feels a little bit rubbery. So when you go hard and you accelerate 1 to 2 hard, you don't get a nice positive second gear and then drop the clutch and go. It kind of feels a little rubbery as it's letting go, and then it doesn't give you that super aggressive feel that you might like if you're really looking for a sports car kind of drive. It's kind of fun to row your own gears, and it does have an indicator to tell you to keep your fuel economy better, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's super exciting or anything. Well, there you have it. That's the 2017 Hyundai Elantra Sport model. 1.6 liter turbocharged engine, 200 horsepower. You can get it in an automatic transmission or a manual transmission. You can get it in it. The automatic is actually a DCT transmission, so a dual clutch, which would probably even be more fun than the automatic in terms of hitting hard on the shifts with that turbocharged engine. It's a nice car, priced fairly well. Might wait for the 2018 Sport if it was me, though. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.